from a newer generation of optometrists, so I was educated from the get-go on both vision problems as well as medical problems and how they can affect the eye, as well as the rest of the body, and how that might, what implications that might have for the eye.
Just like all the other doctorates, at least in this country, you have to be well trained in most of the same things. I mean, pharmacology, anatomy, neuroanatomy, pathology, all of the same things, because any type of clinical doctor might be the only one to see a patient who comes in with who knows what's going to be wrong.
It's very common that a patient comes in, they might have some kind of a vague complaint, and all of a sudden with your experience you realize, wow, as an optometrist, this is a visually based complaint.
A little hyperopia. He gets a little fuzzy when he looks up close and then far away.
We solved the visual problem. We also resolved his behavioral problems, his reading issues, and he did really well after that.
Diabetic retinopathy, macular degeneration, glaucoma, cataracts, corneal edema, keratitis.
But I had a piece of metal foreign body here, had a preceptal cellulitis in the next room, came back here, had a couple of routine patients, then went back to the other room and had a diabetic retinopathy patient. It was just one of those days where we had back and forth.
And I saw more diabetic retinopathy there than I have in years of practice.
Really is a window to the rest of the body, and it's probably the single place where you can tell the most things about somebody's health. I can remember one lady who came in simply for reading glasses, had no idea anything was wrong, but because I had to do an exam to give her that prescription, there it was, certain type of hemorrhage in the back of the eye that really you only find in leukemia.
Look in that back of the eye in that upper little corner about 11 o'clock. Take a look in there. You'll see that little spot there that's in the middle of the blood vessel, and that's a potential for a stroke.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, autoimmune diseases like Reiter's syndrome, lupus, sarcoidosis, so that we have a clear window to look at everything in the eye, which is very rare. There's no other part of the body that has that clear of an image of looking at all those structures. She called me the next day and said, "Dr. Napier, thank you so much. I haven't read in years, and this means so much to me to be able to read the newspaper. I feel like I have a place in the world again."
They said that this child struggled so much at the beginning of the year because of his vision problems. So then they brought him to the screening, got the glasses. All of a sudden he started to really improve, and then he's just taken a dramatic jump in his grades, and now he's one of the top students in the class.
His grades went from to A's and B's. He went on to go to law school. She gave me all the credit for that.
He said, "Thank you. You helped me see the Bible again." And I realized where he lived and how he lived. That's all he had. There was no running water, no light. He lived out in the middle of nowhere in the Yucatan Peninsula. And you don't realize how much of an impact you make until somebody tells you that story, and it still chokes me up.
Looked, and she wasn't used to seeing it like that. She couldn't believe what she looked like, and she just burst out in tears and cried. She ran to her mother and hugged her, and that got me. But the thing that really got me is when she let go and came over and gave me a big hug. And that's why you do this, and that's why I want to keep doing this.